What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mike Robinson, and this is another episode of Let's Take a Walk. Special episode, a Monday episode. I know y'all used to seeing me on Friday evenings, but we make special exceptions. You know what I'm saying? So tonight we have a special guest. We have Mr. Mark Selvie. He is a rapper, a recording artist, an entrepreneur, and just an all around hustler,
Mm.
a boss, in his own right. And so I was very excited when he accepted the invitation to come on the platform, and I'm excited to just see what makes this brother tick. And we're just gonna chop it up, and we just want to invite you guys to tell a friend, tell a friend, to tell a friend. All right. And for those of you who may not be familiar with Mr. Selvie's movement, I'm going to give him the opportunity to kind of reintroduce himself and give a little background on everything that he has going on. You got the floor, man.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, man. I want to say I really appreciate it, man. I want to thank you for this opportunity, man. I don't take it lightly, and it's just truly an honor and a blessing to be able to be here and just talk about the thing that God's doing in my life. But most definitely, man, you rocking out with the one and only Mark Selvie, man, CEO over Swish Entertainment, right here based in Atlanta, Georgia. And we moving, man. We just trying to. Well, I'm not even gonna say trying. We actually motivating the people, giving them positive inspiration through music, to go out here and get it, to grind, to hustle. You know what I'm saying? Not looking back, but looking forward. I've been rapping for a while now. I'm a father, I'm a husband, devoted Christian at the same time too. But yeah, man, it's just all about moving forward, man. This is what Swish Entertainment is all about. And we just grinding, man. Grinding, great music and great energy and great vibes, man. And that's what we bring to the table.
Absolutely. So, we're gonna start from the beginning, man. Like,
Oh yeah.
how'd you start? When did you start rapping?
Well, I
And
would
what
say
what influenced you to start rapping?
I would say, like a lot of us rappers, we started off. I know for me, I started off in high school. What I'm saying, wanted to express myself a certain way and really didn't know how. What I'm saying, growing up on the music, especially like where I'm from Mississippi, we had music was an outlet. What I'm saying, we listened to it, and one day you like, man, maybe I can do it too. So with that being said, just really tapping into it and just really trying putting a word after this word, and then all came together. But I just believe that God give us all talents. He just gave me that the gift of rapping. He gave me the gift of doing what I do. So it's just truly a blessing, man. It's truly a blessing. So I've been doing it for a while, man.
When did you feel like you were ready, so to speak? Like, did you feel like you were ready from the beginning, or
Oh
was
no,
there a
never.
point where did you get to a point where, okay, you was like, okay, I'm nice, I
I
need to
would
be.
say, I would say, I would say most definitely. You know what, man? To be honest, I really never got to that point yet. I'll be
Mm,
honest. I really never felt like, oh, now I'm here. If you could say, like, man, I made it, or I'm really. I know that I'm talented, but I'm talented in my own lane because one person may not like what I do. You know what I'm
right,
saying? I may not
right.
like what this person do. So I would say this in a nutshell. I'm my biggest fan. You know what I mean? I'm my
Right.
biggest fan for real. So I know that I'm talented, but I just feel like I still have a long ways to go. Now I have done some great things along the way that some
Mhm.
people may not never get a chance to do, and I'm grateful for that. But I just feel like I'm still evolving. I haven't got to that place yet. Like, man, I'm a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always somebody better than you, but that's okay. You just gotta be great in your own lane.
Right. The first time I saw you, I don't know. I was just scrolling through Facebook, and
Right.
I saw you had posted a video, and you was like ants. You was like mad
Oh,
ant, and you was talking about how the church, doesn't really support the artists as they should,
right.
and you were very, you were very animated and you're very adamant about everything that you were
Hmm.
saying. And being an artist myself, I definitely could relate to everything that you were saying. You were
Right.
basically saying what most artists are thinking. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so,
Yeah, and people have to. I know exactly what you're talking about.
mhm,
And just for that too, like I'm gonna be doing a documentary about it. So stay tuned
mhm,
for that. And you're more than welcome to be a part of it too.
absolutely.
But it's just the truth. You know what I mean? Like the truth will set you free. And it's kind of sad that the church, they really don't support artists like they should. And I
Mhm,
just need, these are my own personal opinions and things that I have experienced, and I see a lot of artists go through it. And I feel like even with the whole rap inside of the church, it's still not accepted. Yeah, we
mhm,
have it's a small lane for it, but it's really not accepted in the church how worship or traditional worship may be.
mhm.
Rap is still looked at like it's a youth thing.
Yeah.
This is for the kids. It's not looked at as for it's like a real ministry, so to speak, and it's not supported. But when you think about, let's take rap out of it, even on the worship side, even in, you got guys playing the pianos and drum, whatever. The
Mhm,
body, I don't want to say the body of Christ, but church, black folks, traditional church, we don't support it. We say that we do, but you're not paying your worship leader when they had service four service in the Sunday,
mhm,
away from their kids,
mhm.
we're not taking care of that the musician that has to travel from this place to this place and got to do things in the church. I don't know why it's like that, but it's the truth. And I know, and millions of other people know too. But it's sort of like, let's cover that up and let's not talk about it. If you come in, you do something, then I feel like you should be compensated. Because when this pastor come in, this guest pastor come in, guess what? They're gonna get their honorary. But what's
Absolutely.
different between your ministry and this person ministry? If you rap and people got saved, if you rap and people got delivered, he preached and people got delivered. Hey, pay this guy
Mhm.
the same. Give him his underwear, whatever it may be. Don't just brush it
Absolutely.
off, man. And I'm real kind of particular about that because I have seen it firsthand. Like it's not right at all. So, sometimes I feel like they'll cast me out, but it's okay because it's the truth.
Yeah, that's you said a mouthful right there. And they it seems like they don't put any importance on the music ministry yet. I haven't been to a service yet that hasn't
Hmm.
started off with music ministry, like praise and worship and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And if
Yeah.
you just had a service where somebody just got up and spoke when you got there and got up and spoke, people would be like, well, what happened to the you know what I'm saying? Somebody would be asking, where's the music at? Where's the
Right.
praise and worship at? You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It's just, but people don't see it as important, like you said, as the spoken word for some reason.
Hmm.
And that's really crazy. And I was gonna ask you before you started, like, do you think that that's more about the singers or the rappers, or is it equal?
I think it's more about actual rappers, but at the
Mhm,
same time, it goes both ways for the singers too.
mhm,
Because, like I just mentioned, okay, okay, you have to look at this first. Let's just talk about the rappers. Let's take somebody like you, myself, or anybody else. Even look,
okay,
let's talk about some of the more popular rappers like a Lecrae and so forth and so on.
mhm,
These are our careers. This is how we feed our families. The Bible said your gift will make room for you. Hey, we take this serious. We giving God our best. You know what I mean? So with that being said, too, this is a job. You know what I'm saying? This is a business. So just like the church is a business also too.
mhm,
When you bring these people in, when you want to book these people, you have to pay what you weigh. But the church feel as if, well, if he or she say that I'm a Christian, then it's sort of speak like, well, do it unto the Lord. It's supposed
mhm,
to be free. That's the first
mhm,
thing that they
mhm,
don't want to pay that way or pay that cost. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
The other thing, like I just mentioned, that is really not accepted inside the church. I'm not gonna say the body of Christ, but inside of certain churches, it's still
mhm,
traditional. It just started evolving not too long ago. So some people get with it, but then some people don't. But
mhm,
and something else too, like you have to understand that Lecrae may come in and he may be able to reach up. I'm just saying for example, he might be able to touch a crowd from 10-year-old to 18-year-old. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We still have Christians that are 20-something on up, whatever. I'm at the place, I don't want to do youth concerts no more. I've
Right.
outgrown that. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying something's wrong.
Right.
Man, don't get me in trouble, man. I'm
No,
just
you can, yo, speak on, bro. Speak on.
we
You
been
got it.
honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do the youth concerts, the vacation Bible school. At one point
Mhm.
in time, I fit that, but my
Yeah.
music has evolved. I have evolved. I have different problems now. I go through different things, so I have to reach a different audience. You get what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
just the same as you want to bring in Deacon, Pastor Jones, that been preaching his whole life, and he's 60 years old. You want to have him doing the the youth
Right.
service. Out of
Right.
respect, you might bring in somebody younger. But
Right.
when I just feel like they don't support it, bro. In a nutshell, they don't support it. But it's not just music. Think about businesses, period. You know how many black people, black owned businesses are in churches, but they don't support it. But
Right.
then that goes a step further. Us as a culture, as a race, we really don't support each other, period. You know, we
Mm.
pull each other down. It's sad to say, but that's what Swish Entertainment is all about, moving forward, pushing people to motivate them, encourage them. Hey, you support me, I support you. But this whole church thing, it's a box to me. And
Mm.
I'm walking the fine line. It's almost like a cult to me. Don't get me wrong. I love God. I love Jesus. God is the head of my life. I accept Jesus Christ, my Lord, a personal Savior. But when you start dealing with I'm not gonna say all of the churches, but certain ones, they move and they operate just like a business, and then it turns into almost like a cult. If you don't shout this way, then you might not be saved. Say
Right.
who? You
Right.
know,
Hmm.
if I don't give this much, can I still come? You know,
Right.
I don't
Right.
I don't like that, bro. I feel
Right.
like
Right.
if we shout and we having a good time, and if I sit back there and say, don't look at me weird. This is
Right.
my way of just how I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't put us in the box and say, this is how you're supposed to shout. This is how much you're supposed to give. If you this is when you're supposed to come. If you don't come, you're no longer a member at the church. And I got one even better for you. Ready? Why
Okay.
is it that if I'm a member there and I'm paying tithes and I'm doing everything right, I've been there 10, 20 years, but then when I want to have a baby shower, why I got to go through the office? I got to go through the secretary. I got to pay this amount to use the building. I mean, to use the center. I don't
Right.
get it. Why should you have to pay to get married at the church when you're a member there? You faithful there. You serving there. You doing everything there. Why is it like that? You know what I mean? But we'll
Hmm.
go out. We'll support the Caucasian community. We'll go out. We'll stretch our necks wide and far for the Caucasian community in the black church. And I just feel like it's not fair. It's not right. And then my thing, just to add something else to that, do you know how much talent is inside of the church?
Come on.
I feel
Come on.
like every major church, every mega church, you know what you should do? They should have their own record label.
Hmm.
Imagine
Hmm.
that. If every mega church had their own record label and really put the money behind that artist, but guess what? The money is there. The money is
Absolutely.
there. The church is just,
Absolutely.
it's there, bro.
Yeah, you brought up a good point about how, because a couple of interviews ago we were just talking about how, you know s- your church body, people that you go to church with all the time, they watch you build your business, they watch you build whatever it is that you're working on. Like I do, like this is one of my t-shirts.
I
I do
love it.
t-shirts.
I like that. I like that.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Now people will watch you build this, right? But then when it comes time for it to come out, it's like, how much is it? Oh well, it's $10. $10? You know what I'm saying? And then, but mind you, while they're telling you that, they got on a polo. You see the polo horse right
Yeah.
here.
Good point.
You know what I'm
Good
saying?
point. Yep,
You
you're
see
right.
the Jordan emblem on their kicks.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They got a Gucci belt on. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, and it's like, wow,
It's the
it's wow.
mentality, man. It's the mentality. You so right. And I never even looked at it like how you just put it. You right, like you
Yeah.
see us building something, and it's how much, and Could I get another one for free? Or, but like you said,
Right.
you got on a $400 outfit. You know,
Right.
you matter
Right.
even that you're gonna leave here and go spend $50 at Red Lobster today. You gonna go,
Absolutely.
you gonna go get you a 4 for 4 from Wendy. You gonna,
Yeah.
do whatever you're gonna do. Why not support good business, good
Right.
black business? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People that is actually doing something. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's hard sometimes because I just can't wrap my head around it. Like, why is it like this, especially in the black church? Why?
There's really no. I'm gonna be real with. There's really no explanation. Like you really can't. There's nothing that you really can say to really justify it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like how you can't really. How can you really justify it? You know what I mean? Like you said, like I said, they'll watch you um learn about it. They'll watch you buy the equipment and learn how to use it. They'll
Mm-hmm.
watch you, you know what I'm saying, do
Mm-hmm.
these things. But then when it comes time to support it,
They get ghosts.
they
But
get ghosts.
everybody, I would say this too. It's not every church because I know some that really
Mhm.
go up and beyond.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
know,
Absolutely,
so I
absolutely.
don't put every church in the box, but I would say the mass majority of the ones that I have dealt with and seen from afar and been up close and personal, I sit back and I look at like, wow, like this is like out of order. Like, why are we doing this? You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
cats be coming to me like, yeah, when I go to this place, I'm just gonna sell my CD for donation, and you don't have to. When you have a
Yeah.
wife at home that you got to take care of, you got
Mhm.
kids that you got to raise. You spend studio time. You put in the preparation to get your CDs right, and you did all of this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I
Staying
feel
up
like
late writing.
stay
Mhm.
up late writing. Uh, and when we want to sell a product, I feel like, hey, pay that person well whatever it is that they're asking for. If you don't have it, then you don't have it. But just don't look for the freebie or say, nah, I get it next time. Support that because, like you said, you support everything else. You prioritize what you want first. And I just feel like, man, we have to do a better job in the black church, man. We have to. We have to. And it's so sad that it's like that. And sometimes
Yeah.
people, and I haven't got any criticism or nothing. A lot of people like Mark will agree with you. Like, man, you're right. And I'm just only shedding light and telling the truth, man. Like, I'm telling the truth. Like, it's sad, man.
Right. It's kind of an age old question. You know what I mean? Like I said, as being an artist myself, I've asked people. I've asked, I don't know, probably hundreds of
Mm-hmm.
people. Like when somebody invites you to come to do something at their ministry,
Uh-huh.
um, is it right to tell them, hey, I would like X amount of dollars? Is it right to charge? Is it right to say, I want this amount to come and do whatever? I
Mm-hmm.
remember one time, you're gonna laugh. I remember one time I went to an event. It wasn't at a church, but it was a Christian event though.
Uh-huh.
And I did my thing, right? And this guy comes up to me and he says, "You know what, man? You anointed. You did a great job. Blah blah blah. You got a card?" And at the time, I had a guy who was like managing me, and so I gave him the manager's card. So hold on.
Okay.
So I gave the guy the manager's card. He got mad at me because I gave him the card of the manager. He got mad.
He got mad?
He got mad
Dang.
because he felt like he should be dealing with me. I shouldn't. He felt he was offended that I gave him my manager's card.
That's crazy, man.
is
That's
that is that not the
sad.
craziest thing
That's
ever?
But guess what? They will go into a professional business. They'll
Mhm.
wait in line. They're not gonna actually speak to the manager. And,
Right.
that's what I'm saying, man. I don't know why it's like that.
Yeah.
Why? That's why I say like sometimes I feel like, and I'm real careful with this. Okay, I feel
Hmm.
like some of it can be like part of a cult. Because why would you get mad at me because I gave you my manager information like, hey, this is a business. So now it's like, oh, you wrong, Mike. See, that's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. See,
Yeah.
we don't do that over here. This is not a cult. You get what I'm saying? This is a
Right.
business. When you go anywhere else, guess what? They're gonna follow the rules. They're gonna wait in
Yeah.
line. They're gonna do, and that's crazy. I never heard that before.
Yeah,
Never heard
man.
that before.
The dude was like visible, clearly offended. He was
Uh-huh.
clearly offended. He was like,
Okay.
he looked at the car like,
It won't start. Okay. All right. I'm sorry about that, man.
no, you fine. You fine. Yeah, he was clearly offended, bro. He was clearly offended. So I gave him my card. And he said, and I knew he was offended because he was, once I gave him my card, he was like, oh, okay, okay. That's what he
Oh,
said. Ah,
really?
yes, yes, bro, yes.
It's all
And
good.
yeah, but that's it is what it
Yeah.
is. But
But
we
I just
gonna
feel,
go ahead, go
yeah,
ahead.
no, I'm just saying, like, as long as you just keep doing what you're doing, man, because
Mhm.
God sees and know all, right?
Yeah,
And I just
absolutely.
feel like, you know how faith without works is dead. You keep
Yes.
putting in the work and you doing what you're supposed to do, man. It all is gonna come back a hundredfold. Everything gonna make sense. And sometimes, like in that situation, I feel like God is just removing some of the scales. Like, you see this, and
Hmm.
this is what happened for me. Like it happened, like stuff like that. You know, I go places and they don't want to pay you what you asked for and all this other stuff, man. So you just got to stay faithful and just continue to keep pushing, man, whether they get mad or not. And I just feel again like it's just something in the church because I can go over here and work with, and I don't even like using this term. People say worldly people or secular people. We are
Hmm.
all human beings. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I
Absolutely.
work with somebody outside of the church, it's easier.
Hmm.
Hey, this is what I want. Okay, cool. I'm gonna cash app you. Who I need to talk to, this and the third. It's so simple. And God just been showing me like you just be who I called you to be and let me handle the rest. But I really had to take that initial step. Like I don't even hold the term as gospel rapper or Christian rapper. I don't do that. I'm just an artist that make music for everybody. I'm not
Right.
out here talking about no B's and no H's and I'm gonna kill you and all this other stuff. I'm an artist, and I painted this picture one time before for somebody. If this person was bleeding to death and they walked into a hospital and there was two nurses there. One of
Hmm.
them was a Christian and one of the nurse wasn't a Christian. And he's bleeding. He say, I need help. And the first nurse stands up and say, hey, I'm a Christian nurse. And the other nurse stood up and say, I'm just a Christian. Who do you think he will go to? He'll probably go to the one that maybe said I'm a Christian nurse, right? You
Right.
get what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't hold the title because guess what? I'm no better than you. I don't want
Right.
it to make it seem like, oh, Mark the Christian rapper. So when the worldly people want to work with me, it's already a stench to be like, where I have to carry myself a certain way. I gotta
Hmm.
watch what I do because Mark is a Christian rapper. No, I'm a human being. Jesus was just Jesus. You get what I'm saying? Come as you are. Let people see God through me. I'm just an artist. Now, it's certain things that I may not indulge in. It may be certain things that I just won't do. But let that light shine through me. I don't like to hold those type of titles, and I just let God just be God. You just never know how it pan out. So uh, that's what I've been on, man, and just really just trying to motivate the people and open their eyes, man, to really understand. Like, hey, sometimes if you really want to get paid and you really want to do it right, sometimes you just got to get out that box, man. You really have to get out that
Absolutely.
box. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about Swish Entertainment. What's Swish Entertainment all about?
Swish Entertainment, man, is my actual entertainment company or slash record company. It stands for Save While Intentionally Saving Another.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, save while intentionally saving another, man, and that's what it's about. Again, save while intentionally saving another. Yeah, we say we all believe in Jesus Christ. It's the only Son, God's Son, that came and died for our sins. But I don't force that on people. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Intentionally helping people right where they need help. It may, hey, I just need some gas money. Hey, can
Right.
you help me to do this and the third? Can you help my son get his GED. That doesn't mean while I'm helping him, I got to be like, well, John 3:16 said this.
Hmm.
Luke said this. Sometimes you let the light shine through you. But Swish Entertainment, man, we do a lot of stuff. I'm actually signed to it. I got another artist that's signed to it, and we running it up, man. And good energy, great vibes, and we doing real well. I have no complaints, and we got some great stuff coming this year and 2022. I'm already ready for 2022 because I see it happen. I'm telling you, Mike. I'm telling you, bro. It's going up, man.
Yes,
It's going
sir.
all the way up, bro. Yeah, most
Yes,
definitely.
sir. You know what? And when I get a person to come on the platform, I try to immerse myself in that person. Like I research them. I watch some of the if they got YouTube
Yeah,
content, if they got Instagram content, whatever the case. I sometimes they have Wikipedia stuff like that. So I try to like kind of like OD on that person. So when I was researching you, man, I see that you have an affiliation with No Limit. Like I
yeah.
saw, you was with Silk the Shocker one time and
hmm
Mia X and all that. Now, okay, so where does that connection come from?
It comes from well, shout out to Fiend. I'm not sure if you ever heard of Fiend. You know,
Yeah,
Fiend
yeah,
was
absolutely.
Mr. Warp Warp. You know,
Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah.
so the relationship came through with Fiend. So we
Okay.
became good friends, and then one thing led to another. You know, relationships were beginning to get. You know, were building.
Hmm.
So before you know it, you know, like it just happened. And I'm gonna be honest, like I didn't even know how it happened. But
Yeah.
then again, it just comes along with number one, like what we stand for, is being professional at all times because you never know who's who. Carry yourself a certain way. Always remaining respectful and just being in the right place at the right time too. And those factors and doors will begin to open. And now I say God orchestrates everything. But that connection with No Limit came through hard work and God and through Fiend too. And
Hmm.
like he said all the time, like, man, you got to build your own relationship. And, you know, that's what I did, you know. And it's crazy that you mentioned that because I just got off the phone with Silk maybe about
Wow.
30 minutes before we got on this. And we talk
Wow.
every day, you know what I'm saying? So he's a great mentor to me. And it's only going up, up, and up. So it's crazy that you said that. Now rewind
Hmm.
when I said, man, I'm already waiting on 2022. So that's a little hit, you know, a little
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
hit.
yeah.
But no, man,
I
it's going, yeah, it's going
okay,
up, man. They respect
okay.
what I do. I respect what they do, and it's just great energy, you know. Uh,
Hmm.
got the new album out still here, packed with motivation, packed with inspiration, and it's just a phenomenal album, man. And we got more stuff in store.
I really dig that joint. I can't call the name of it right now. Uh, are we doing in the church? Are we singing in the
Hey,
church? Are we doing it?
that's my jam,
yo,
man.
yo, that joint is
Woo.
fire.
I
I
think
love
I'm
that
gonna do a
joint.
remix to it, man.
Oh, word? Okay.
That song is hard. That song
Yes,
hard. Yeah.
yes. Where'd you
At the
where'd you
church.
come? How'd you come up with that?
You know, being born and raised in church, you know,
Mhm,
just, you know, seeing and observing all the things that you would see growing up in
mhm.
church. You know, especially as a kid, you know, you just watching like, oh man, Sister O there running. Oh, you
Right.
know, they doing this at the church and then, you know,
Right.
years later I just decided to put it in the song. But you gotta think about too, like, uh, there's a lot of stuff that I left out. You know, you can't put everything in 3 minutes
Right.
and 20 some seconds.
Right.
But I most definitely want to do a remix to it. I am gonna do a remix to it. Yeah.
That's what's up.
But it's a story, like, man, that song was it was recorded in 2013.
Wow. Wow.
Yep. And it
Okay.
caught fire. It caught fire like in 20, it's 21, I want to say like end of 2018, 19, something like that.
Wow.
And it blew
It's
up.
it, it's funny. It's funny how that works. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you do a song like you said 8 7 8 years ago,
Right.
but it comes around. It slowly builds, and then 5 years later, something like that. You know what I'm
Boom.
saying? Just
Blow up.
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere,
That's
man.
really That's really dope.
Yeah, but see, that's
Um,
God. That's God, man.
Absolutely. Yo, this is a question that I ask a lot of the artists that I've had on here. Like in your process, right? You have a group. Have you found that you've had like you have two groups of people, right? They both
Mhm.
love you. You got one side that says, "Yo, Mark, I knew some people that do what you do or tried to do what you did, but they didn't make it. They lost money, whatever the case may be, they didn't make it.
Mhm.
Maybe you should slow down, or maybe you should chill out. Maybe you should do something else." Now, these are not haters. These are people that genuinely care about you, and they think that they're telling you something to help you. But
Mhm.
then on the flip side of that, you got some people who will be like, "Yo, Mark, you need to be on Jeezy level. You're not doing enough. You need to get on the road. You need to do some more songs. You need to do another album. Do a double album. Do
Mhm.
blah 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 blah. Get some features. Blah 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 blah. Do this, that, and the third."
Mhm.
So you got one side that's saying that you're not doing enough, and then you got one side that's saying that you're doing too much.
Mhm.
Is that of something that you've had to deal with in your process?
Unfortunately, I would have to say no. I would say
Okay.
I never dealt with that because I'm very self motivated and I'm
Hmm.
very self guided. Between me and my wife and God, and I got a couple more partners, but I really never crossed neither of those bridges. Like, hey, maybe you need to take this route, or maybe not doing enough. And I can
Hmm.
most definitely agree with the. Um, I'm gonna say this: I have always stayed consistent. Like I'm
Hmm.
constantly moving. But I never had the person to be like, well, maybe it's just not gonna happen. Maybe you need to take this route or anything like that. I never experienced that. In my mind too, like again, like I was talking to Silk today, like this rapping thing is cool, but I have always been the person to plan 4, 5, 6 years down the line.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna be rapping forever. So I'm rapping, but I'm constantly making plans. Like if I, like you said, what if I don't make 100 million this year? Well, I'm gonna make 100 million in t-shirts. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I may not do this. Like
Yeah.
I cover both ends. Oh,
Hmm.
you're not more music? I already got it. You're not gonna make it? I already got it. You get what I'm saying? So I'm really just enjoying the ride. Just
Hmm.
enjoying the ride. Whether it goes left or right, I'm good. But I'm constantly making music. I'm staying consistent over there. But at the same time, too, as the people say, well, maybe it may not be. Well, maybe if not, may not happen. I still gotta raise my babies. So what is the
Absolutely.
plan for that? So I really never had to cross those bridges. And for the most part, I got a good solid team of people around me that are really telling me the truth. And that
Hmm.
never came across my table. But for the ones that have, I would say do you. It's your life. Enjoy it to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get down the road and be like, well, what if I could have, or what if I should have, or whatever. Just do you.
Right.
Have fun. Just like you mentioned at the church. I'm just writing at the church. At the church. Think about my mom at the church. Put it up to the side. Listen, in 2013, I done make tons more records. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna push this record. Man, we're gonna push this record. At the church is sitting over here, and lo and behold, guess what? It come up and go nationwide. It's everywhere. Just having fun. And just enjoy the ride. You never know what may happen. It may not be the next single, but you might mess around and sell 500 shirts tonight. You be like,
Right. Wow.
whoa, I didn't see this
Wow.
coming. And that's how
Right.
that's how most blessings be. You be
Right.
thinking like, yeah, even without we give our tithes and offering, most people would think when I give my 10%, it may come back in the financial seed. It may not
Hmm.
happen like that. The Bible didn't say that. If you give me money, then you get money back. You might be
Right.
giving your offering or giving your best that you can do, but guess what? Now you got a new business contract that's open up. You
Hmm.
was coming home yesterday and you didn't see this 18 wheeler that ran the stop sign. So you really don't know how the blessing may come. So I just enjoy the ride, do what I supposed to do, work hard, give God something to bless. Faith without works is dead. Lord, I'm working. You see me. You have to honor that. I'm blessing you. I'm doing right by what you're saying. I'm not skipping any steps. Lord, thank you for how you're doing it. But then guess what? When I'm sleeping, I get up in the morning, I might have a DM. Hey, fly to Chicago for a second. Oh, snap. Me, you
Yeah.
know, yeah,
Right.
man. You know, never know, man.
Right. Listen, man, just listening to you, man, you have a very lively and inspirational spirit, man.
I appreciate it.
I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you're inspiring me. Like I feel like I could walk through a brick wall right now. You know what I mean?
Man,
Where do you think who, where did that come from? Did you have a somebody that influenced you in that way, like that kind of nurtured that spirit in you, or is that just something like self grown?
I think God gave it to me, but then at the same time too, like me being from Mississippi.
Hmm.
I'm from Mississippi, right? And I tell people, it wasn't a lot of opportunities.
Yeah,
It wasn't a Atlanta or Memphis or Texas, some of the other major cities. We was like in the middle, in the deep South, and at a time where the South was really kind of looked over. So it
yeah,
really put that drive in me to go out and get it, to make something happen. And I tell people all the time, especially like for my state, like if I can do it, then you can do it. And then also too, I spent some time in the military, and I think it came from there too. Like they really pushed me to the max, to my limit. Like, hey, you can do this. Don't quit. Don't give up. Like you right there. Like, and I began to see it, and I'm like, wow, I can do it. So my thing is, I really just try to encourage other people. Like you can do whatever you want, and I really, really, really mean it. Like it may sound cliche, if you want to
hmm,
be an astronaut, bro, you can start today. It may not happen next year, but if that's what you want to do, then you can do it. I may not
right,
have $1 million in the bank account right now, but guess what? I believe by faith that I will see it. And I speak it now that I will be able to enjoy in my youth, not my children, not their children. I'm gonna see it. We're living on some of the prayers and stuff from our aunties and our grandmothers and everything that are passed on. I'm asking God for the abundant life. Lord, let me see the fruits. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. But this whole how I feel, I just think it's a gift from God, to encourage the people, to really push the people, because sometimes this is this all they need. You
right,
can do it, bro. Like, and I feel like this, me feeling like this is what got me this far. Because
hmm,
again, I'm doing things, and this not to throw myself no bones and hey, look at me or nothing, but I'm looking at something like, wow, I did that. To be able to link up with No Limit artists, No Limit Records, and put out an album that hasn't been done since 1999 when Master P did it. Oh, a little country boy from Mississippi. But guess what? I
hmm,
believed in myself, bro. I believed that I was gonna do it. I don't care what nobody else thinks. Like, man, he average, he can rap. No, I'm fired.
right,
I'm my biggest fan. I'm hot. You know what I'm saying?
right,
If Lil Baby, Money Bag Yo can get 200,000 per show, then guess what? I'm gonna get it too. I'm gonna
mm,
get it because it's a lane for everything. Think about when Old Town Road came out, Lil Nas X. That was in a lane of its own. It was a lane for it. It's a lane for you. It's a lane directly, strictly for your T-shirt. Somebody would love to have that. Somebody would listen. If God gave it to you, bro, that's what you're called to do. If you called to do T-shirt, then run them up, do them.
wow,
Because if you don't, then look around. Somebody else will. But that's so easy because everybody can do it. Everybody can do T-shirt. But what
right,
makes your T-shirt different?
right.
You know what I'm saying? Why would I spend? And then you said $10 early. Now, Holmes, I'm thinking like 25,
Well,
25,
I
27.
just was using, yeah, I
I
was just
know.
using that for, you know what I'm saying?
Man, get it, but I just feel like God placed it in me, and just me being where I'm from, like the things that I had to go through, and just believing in me, man. And I just try to, I take that back. I ain't gonna say try, I just pass it on. Maybe it'll help this person. Maybe it'll help this person marriage. It'll help your finances. It'll help you as a person, period. It may can help your career. And yeah, man, just try to pay it forward, bro.
Wow. What part of Mississippi are you from?
I'm from Columbus. Columbus is
Okay.
up top, maybe about 2 hours south of Memphis.
Okay. I got a
Yeah.
friend. I got a friend. Shout out to my man Chris Fairley. He's from Moss Point, Mississippi. You ever
Oh
heard of
yeah,
that?
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I'm familiar with
Yeah.
Moss Point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my bro from the military. I was in the military too. I was
Oh
in
yeah,
the
that's
army.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, me too,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Fort Drum, New York, 10 Mountain Division.
Yeah.
Hoover,
Oh
Climate
wow.
Board, 50 something transportation, get on the truck, huh? You don't want me to go back, man. Fort Littlewood, AIT, boom, like
Yes,
thunder.
sir.
Bravo coming to make you wonder, flash, like lightning. Bravo coming is also frightening. We on the prowl. We on the attack. Don't make me go through the whole thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Whoop. Yeah.
Listen, listen. You mentioned your family earlier, man. What role do they play in in what you're doing, man?
Everything, man. Like inspiration, motivation, just loving. Period, man. I'm very family oriented. My family, my wife, and my kids, they support what I do. Especially like my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like she's my ears. Hey, I like this. Maybe you should go this way. She's my she's my pillow. When I mean by pillows, like when I need to talk, like I don't understand what role should I take? Why is it happening this way? You know, my vending, venting, she's everything. But they play a major role. And I look at too, like I look at why I do what I do. And that's my why. Because I want to be able to give them things and do things for them as a father and a husband should. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
leave a legacy for your kids. Help build generational wealth. And yeah, man, they play a major part. Major part, bro. Major part.
Wow. And that's
Yeah.
that's what's up. And like I said, man, when I was researching you, I could tell, like you said, you very self motivated, and you just kind of push your own you push your own movement. I didn't really see a whole lot of people.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You're not you don't strike me as the entourage person. You
No.
just do what you do and let it rock. And I definitely respect that.
Yeah.
Have you ever has it been a challenge for you ever to chase a sound?
Chase a sound like it's first like give me an example first.
Like like
I
like
think I know
for
what you
instance, trap
Oh,
sound is
okay, yeah,
very
yeah.
popular right now.
Yeah, yeah. I get what you I thought that what you were saying. I just want to be sure. No,
Hmm.
I don't do that. Because like I was saying, it's a lane for everybody.
Hmm.
And I feel like when you open up your ear gate and you listen to everything, then sometimes it can transform you as an artist, and then you start what I call the triples. Da 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 something da something da 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 da. No, I rap how I rap. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I'm an
Hmm.
artist. It's just like a okay. If you was an artist, you had this canvas, and you took a brush and you dip it in some paint, you threw it on there. It may not look like nothing to anybody, but to you, it may be worth $1 million. That's how I
Hmm.
look at my artistry. I try not to sound like nobody. I just try to do me. You know,
Right. Right.
I don't want to sound like nobody. And most of the time, before I actually like do a record or do an album or something, I don't listen to no radio. I don't do anything like that because sometimes you can be influenced. Because I do listen to it, but I try not to let it influence me.
Hmm.
I just
Hmm.
be who I am. Whether it's and I feel like I'm very versatile. I may have a different sound on different tracks. I'm never.
Right.
You really can't just pinpoint me like, hey, this is this sound. Like a little baby. You know what I'm saying? When you hear little baby, you know that's little baby, and that's
Hmm.
cool. I'm not saying that there's wrong with that, but I can switch the flows. I can switch the sounds. How I do certain things because I just say that I'm an artist. I may not paint roses today. I may paint flowers. I may paint birds. You know what I'm saying? However I feel, then that's the way that I go. But I never chase what's out right now. Just be who you are, because God may not intend it for you to be like that. It's a lane for everything. You have a purpose. Okay, going back to your T-shirt. Why did you put a cross at the top? I see a lot of faith T-shirt that have
Hmm.
crosses in it. Maybe that ain't your
Hmm.
thing. Not saying if you
Right.
don't have it, then you're wrong. No, you
Right.
do with your creative mind, how you see it, then you put it there. Because
Right.
you never know how it may play out. God may be saying, hey, do it this way, because this way you're gonna sell 1,500 by tomorrow. This
Right.
person over here already doing it. So you may seem like, man, that's tight. I like how they did it on that shirt. I'm just gonna do it and I'm gonna freak it and do it this way. I don't do that. Just do what you
Right.
feel. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You see how you
Absolutely.
got your exclamation point on the side?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Some people just have faith. You got to
Yeah.
do you, man. Just do you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I try, like you said, I try to, try not to be too influenced by what everybody else is doing, even though sometimes I admit
Oh yeah.
it can be a challenge sometimes because you feel like this person over here is winning, and sometimes you might feel like I know that this person didn't put as much work in as I did, or you know this whatever, you know what I'm
I
saying?
just yeah.
And so it can definitely be a challenge, but like you said, I try to stay true to what I'm seeing in my mind, whatever God is placing in my mind to do, or the creativeness to do. You know what I'm saying? Like most people don't do the fear upside down. You know what I'm saying? I
See,
do the
yeah,
fear
that's
upside
hard.
down.
That's
You
hard.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because the fear is, defeated. It's on his
Mhm.
back. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, like I said, doing the research and watching, your movements or whatever, I just really get an authentic vibe from you. It's nothing that I see that's like staged, or
Mhm.
what I'm saying. This is you. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And the guy I was telling you about, my man Chris Fry, he's this exact same way. So I'm
That's
thinking
good.
like, is that a Mississippi thing, or
It
or
might
what?
be. It
Because
might be, man. I don't know. I just try to again. I just stay true to who I am. When you know who you are, you know what I'm saying. It makes things a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying, and not just stay true to who you are, man. Just authentic across the board. Like you said, man, I don't run with no whole bunch of people around me. I don't even want to. I got
right,
my couple of friends, my partner, one or two, but you're not finna see me doing all the other stuff.
right.
But like just stay true to who you are, man. Maybe it's a Mississippi thing, maybe I don't know. I just know like I'm comfortable just doing me. I work better in the studio by myself. Uh, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, man. I
So,
don't.
so are you pretty much self-contained? Like, do you write the songs, you do the beats for your songs, you record your songs, do you do everything?
This album I did most sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I do like to go to different studios and vibe with the engineer or whoever I'm working with at that time. But I
Hmm.
do a lot of stuff. Uh, Majority of some of the stuff on my own. I started off making beats, but I kind of got away from it because
Hmm.
you can't do everything. You need a solid team of people around you. So I have like about 3 or 4 producers that I know that can give me what I want, and it make things easier.
Hmm.
Get the tracks and I write and you know do what we got to do. But with that said, like you cannot do everything by yourself. That doesn't mean that you got to have 1,000 people around you, but you want some people that you can bounce ideas off of. Good
Hmm.
energy. You know, and I would say people like myself, I love to connect with you even outside of this, bro. Like we just sharpen each other. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
keeping it moving. And that's what I like about working with these guys from No Limit. When I'm talking to them, man, it's just how they open my eyes to certain things and how they continue to keep me going and stuff. So we
Hmm.
all need that, and I know it's important. So yeah, man, it's what it
Yeah,
is.
it's crazy. Like I'm from New York, and even even being where I'm from, like Master P and that whole movement was very influential even where we were at. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If not for the music, the just the whole m- movement, the whole independent movement, how he was getting it and how
Mm-hmm.
he was doing it. You know what I'm saying? And it really made me realize. And I was telling somebody, like how we were talking about earlier, we have a lot of people in our local assemblies, a lot of talented people in a lot of these churches that we are locally, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And what happens is these big artists, they'll blow into town for a show or whatnot, and they'll see a Mark Selvie playing a keyboard, for instance. He's dope. hey, listen, I'm gonna give you X amount of dollars. Come with me. Next thing you know, you done been plucked out. You in California somewhere. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, how is it that somebody from California or Detroit or Chicago can blow into the town and see how dope you are and
Mhm.
yank you out, but the people that are right there with you,
They,
you know what I'm saying? They
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
It's
And it's
sad.
like, and I realized from that point that we can create our own we have the ability to create our own opportunities, especially now with technology and all of the way that technology is right now.
Mhm.
We have the ability to create our own um opportunities. Like, I could literally set up a concert, a virtual concert, probably in a week.
Yeah, you can.
And you know what I'm saying? And maybe charge people to come on, or whatever the case, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, back in the day, you used to depend on somebody discovering you and giving you a deal, or
Hmm.
whatever the case may be. But God has given us the ability to create our own opportunities. He's given us the opportunity to have in-home studios. We can have
Yeah,
the mics and the setups just like a regular studio. I
yeah.
literally record a song now and put it out in the morning or by
I know.
midnight. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's really crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I move on now, like the ability to create my own opportunities. Because if you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
if somebody can blow into town and pluck people out the way that they do, why can't I do what I'm doing right here? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
But uh, but yeah, I mean, what we almost at the end, but I want to
Oh,
I want to hit with you about we've been dealing with a pandemic. We've been dealing with racial injustice, and
yeah.
the political stuff that's been going on and everything like that. Has that affected your creative process, or not even just your creative process, but just how you move, how Swish Entertainment moves, how Mark Selvie moves in general?
I would
Has it
say yeah.
affected your business, like
Yeah.
how you do business?
I think with the first thing is like with the injustice and you know what I'm saying, like the police brutality and we had a lot of shootings and stuff like that. It has really exercised my right to write more. You know what I'm saying, to really express how I feel about certain things. You
Hmm.
know, I would say as far as like the business side, as far as like even with the COVID and all the pandemic and stuff that we went through, and we coming out of it, it was a it was sort of like a curse and a blessing. The blessing was it made me hustle even harder.
Hmm.
Okay. The curse is that we lost a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people passed away from the COVID-19, and my prayers goes out to the families and the loved ones. But it really made me step my game up even more and really go out and get it. Because you got to think, when it first happened, we was kind of shook. Like, man, what are we
Yeah.
finna do? People went from having checks to no checks. You know what I'm saying? How we
Right.
gonna survive and what we're gonna do? So it really, I'm already a motivated type guy, but it really just like kicked me into overdrive, and
Hmm.
that's why I've been there for the most part. So it was sort of like a blessing and a curse at the same time too. But we went out and got it, and I'm still getting it now, and it doesn't stop at all. Like each and every day, man, I'm constantly, constantly, constantly grinding, and I enjoy the process. To be honest, I really
Hmm.
enjoy it. I just can't. I'm not into TV shows. I'm not into like I may watch a movie if something comes out, but like I'm not just at home just sitting on my hands. Like I'm constantly doing something, whether it's writing, recording, uh, figuring something out. So I'm always moving. You know what I mean? And I
Hmm.
think people say you're a shark. You know what I'm saying? Because if the shark stops swimming, then he dies. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Right.
I don't speak that over my life, and it ain't Jesus. I ain't saying that I'm gonna
Right.
die. But I just like the process of the hustle and the grind. But it really just opened my eyes, especially like rest in peace to Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, and so many other Breonna Taylor. Like, man, this is what we have to shed light on. And me being an artist, I feel like it's my duty to shed the light on this. Just how Tupac did. We talk about what goes on inside the community. how I'm not saying something's wrong with it, but like when that happened, I may not put out a record talking about, oh, let's hustle, let's do this, do this. No, let's talk about what's going on. Let's
Mhm.
talk about how you just shot this guy, or you put your knee on his neck and he died. Let's shed some light on that. As an artist, if I have a voice for the people, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So it just helped me to become a better artist and helped me to become a better hustler.
Let me ask you this real quick. Um, when you talk about racial injustice and all the things that have happened, does it hit different in the South? Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I know that where I'm from, everybody, just not just where I'm from, but everybody's angry. But in particular the South, with the history of with the history of the Confederacy and the slavery and everything, does it hit different in the South? Are the
man, heck
people in
yeah, because it was already there. I mean, it was everywhere. Period.
hmm
But in the South, it was more predominantly there in the beginning. Period. It just wasn't no iPhones and all this other stuff.
hmm
So a lot of that hatred and everything was still bred down through generations. Boom.
hmm
Fast forward up to 2021, is even like you saying, it hits harder because now they feel like, oh, we got a voice. Yeah, we're
hmm
racist and we're proud of it. You know what I'm saying? We can come out the closet now. Yeah, we
yeah.
hate y'all and all this other stuff in the third. So I would say most definitely it does hit harder, but I know it's everywhere. But you've been from New York, and there's no disrespect to me or none of my people. If I would say, man, tell me what you think about Mississippi, the first thing that you probably would think about, like, man, I hear like racism,
hmm
man, it's country. You get what I'm
hmm
saying? So
yeah.
that's the stigma that not just Mississippi, but Alabama, Georgia, Texas, that people have put on these states, and these people that who are racist, guess what? They feed into it. They'll walk around with
hmm
their Confederate flags. They don't care. There's a town in Arkansas. I forgot the town, but you can Google it, and it's like one of the most racist towns in Arkansas, and they proud of it. Like they call each other the N word. It's horrible, man. But yeah,
mm
man, it just hits harder. But again, you just gotta stay focused. You gotta stay moving, keep pushing, and just show them. And that's what I'm saying. God put me there for a reason. I say it all the time. He put me there for a reason. I could have been from New York. I could have been from California. I could have been from Australia, anywhere. But God placed me in Mississippi for a reason. So my reason, I feel like, to show my people that regardless of what's going on, guess what? We can overcome that. We can go out and be millionaires. This is how we fight back. This is how I fight back. Oh, you call me a nigger, or you don't like because I'm the color of my skin. Guess what? I'm gonna go out here and get $1 million. I'm gonna buy all 500 acres and push you off your own land. This is how I'm gonna
mm
win. You know what I'm saying? Like, we
Right.
win here, not here. Gotta win here. Okay, cool. I'm gonna send my daughter to college. She gonna go get a master's degree, and then your grandkids gonna be working for her. You know what I'm saying? You
mm
win here.
Right.
So that's what I'm on.
Wow. Wow. Well, listen, man. Um, I'm in awe. I
Oh
I
man.
must say that I'm in awe. Like, you are very clear in your thinking and how you go about things, and that's clear and it's obvious. Um, this is a question that I ask all my guests.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask you this question, and this will be the last question of the
Oh, you
night too.
good? You good?
Um, Um, I ask this questions of all my guests. When I ask you, just take a second, think about it, and just give me the most. I don't have to tell you this, but just give me the most honest and transparent answer that you can give me. Okay, and here's the question: what would have to happen in your life if it hasn't happened already for you to consider your life a success? What does success look like to you? What's your definition of success?
That's it.
For you specifically.
Oh, I thought you about to ask me something hard, man. That's easy, man. Dog.
You'd be surprised, man. You'd be
Listen, bro.
surprised.
Success for me is talking to you right now.
Wow. Wow.
Success for me is talking to you right now. You know how people be like, man, you gonna make it one day, right? Oh,
Yeah.
you gonna make it. Bro, I already made it. You know how I already made it? Because I'm here. Because
Right.
see, I supposed to be doing 25 to life.
Mm.
I supposed to be dead. You know what I'm saying? When I
Mm.
was in them streets taking those risks and doing those things that could have cost me my life, and God spared me, and fast forward years down the line, that I got a beautiful wife, I got beautiful kids, I have a career, I'm sitting here talking to you, doing an interview, I'm successful. I wouldn't care if I don't sell another record. I wouldn't care if I don't get another interview from nobody. Bro, I made
Mm.
it. And see, guess God just gave me a vision for that too. Guess what? I need to put that on the shirt. I made it through the trap. I made it through cancer. I made it through high school. People say, I can't wait till I can't wait till you make it. Bro, I already made it. Because I'm not
Right.
living that life no more. This is success for me. Yeah, we all will want money and material thing. Forget that. Success is this right here. When I get off this with you, I'm going in hug love on my wife. Cause I know a couple partners that ain't don't have a wife, they got killed. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I know some people that lost a child yesterday, and that's facts. I know a couple people that lost some kids. I'm going to love on my kids. That's success for
Wow.
me, man. That's
Wow.
success for me.
Wow.
Yeah, real talk.
That's awesome. That is, listen.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing else.
Man, you finna make me
I
go
say.
live after this, man. When I go live, I'm sure gonna tag you, man. I'm gonna
Yeah,
tag you.
please do, bro. Because like I said, man, like the reason why I'm even like onto your movement, man. I was first drawn in by how passionate you were about what you were saying about the whole church community as far as how they support artists. I hadn't even heard no music from you yet. I just listened to that. You know what I'm saying? I was drawn in by that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some people that have that spirit within them that even if I never heard a single song that you put out,
Right.
I would follow you just from hearing what you're speaking about, like what you were speaking about that day.
And I
You know what I'm saying?
appreciate that, bro.
I would follow just because of that.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know what I'm saying?
appreciate that.
But then the music. Then when I checked the music, I was like, okay, and he's a dope artist too. He's actually
Yeah.
dope too, an artist too. So,
Appreciate it.
yo, listen, I really, I really enjoyed this interview, man, and I really am inspired by your movement and everything that you aspire to do and are doing. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So,
Thank you,
um,
man. Thank you.
absolutely. If
Thank you.
there's if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, you know what I'm saying? Somebody wanted to ask you some questions, or they would want to know where they can purchase your music or check out some of your music or whatever. How can
Mm-hmm.
they get in touch with you?
Everything is Mark Selvie. Mark. And my last name is Selvie. Selvie. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. And then once you get on Facebook or Instagram, you can just shoot me an email. Shoot me an email. Everything is on my social media, man. I would love to connect with anybody, especially like with great vibes or
Mhm.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to chop it up, I can give you my advice and my opinion. You don't have to use it. But, yeah, follow me on Instagram, Facebook. Everything is Mark Selvie. Yep.
Do you? I know I asked you this outside of this, but I'm gonna ask you on camera too.
Oh, yeah.
Um, do you accept beat submissions and from aspiring producers and
Oh, yeah, yeah,
things of
yeah.
that
We accept it all. We accept it
nature?
all, man. And then my thing is, too, like, if I don't use it, I probably know some other people that probably will.
Okay.
Because I get people contacting me for tracks all the time too. But yeah, send it. you never know. Like I say, never block your blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know if that may be the track. That might be the one. You know, so I don't never turn down anything, especially like that. Send it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
send
you
it.
can, so they can send it. Where
Yeah,
would they
just send it
send
to
it?
my email, markselvie1 at gmail.com. That's MarkSelvie, the number one at gmail.com. Markselvie1 at gmail.com. And I did like that too because I hear cats all the time like, hey, give me social media. They be like, yeah, so and so number three. Man, we don't know what you said. We like you, but what you say? Come
Right.
on, real talk, bro. Like, for my people
Exactly.
follow you and get with you. Yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'm at so and so 23556. Yeah, so that
Yeah.
like I heard you, but I ain't get it. So it's
Right.
not like I'm dumbing it down, but I really want people to get it at
Right.
Mark Selvie1 at gmail.com. They were like, oh, I got it. I got it now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Mr. Selvey, I really appreciate you coming on, man. And like I said, I'm gonna watch this again, and I'm really blessed and really inspired by everything that you shared with me today,
Thank you, man. Same
and
here.
and and being an artist, I sing, but being an artist myself, I absolutely can relate to a lot of things that you were saying, and
Yeah.
you know,
Thank you.
just
Thank you.
keep doing what you're doing. You absolutely on the right track. I
I
really
appreciate it,
believe
man.
that.
Thank
I
you,
really
bro.
believe that.
Thank you for this
Um,
opportunity too.
no doubt, bro. No
Yeah.
doubt. No
Yeah.
doubt. I wish I could. I only wish you could have been on sooner. But you know what? It was meant how it was meant to be. What it was meant to be.
Yep. You're right. You're right. You're right, man. I appreciate it. Let's most definitely connect again, man. Just let me know when and we can do it.
Yes, sir. What I'm trying to do here in the future is I'm trying to do more panel interviews where I'm going to do have multiple people on. So what I want to do is maybe have an artist panel where
Mm-hmm.
we discuss different things. So like I might have you on and a few
Okay.
other artists, and we might just and maybe some management too, and just to kind of chop it up about the business and
Okay.
things or whatever. I think people would definitely benefit from everything that you've been
Yeah.
talking about today.
Thank you, man.
But again, man, I want to thank you for coming on, and I look forward to chopping it up with you soon. Um, keep doing what you're doing, man. God bless your movement, man, and
Yeah, you
everything that
too,
you got
man.
going on, your family,
Yeah.
your team,
Yeah.
and everything that you're trying to do, man. God bless.
God bless you too, man. I appreciate it, Mike.
All right, man. You have an awesome night, man. An awesome week, man, and
Yeah.
we gonna talk.
You too, bro.
All right.
All right, man.
All right. All right. That's what's up. Another interview. Mr. Mark Selvey. He's an artist, a rap artist. Um, as you heard, man, this guy is definitely self motivated, self driven. He loves God, and he just wants to be the best version of himself. And you know what I'm saying? I every a lot everything that he was saying, I definitely could get behind and definitely could relate to on certain levels. Anytime you're trying to do and be something that's outside the norm, that people might consider outside the norm or outside the box, there's always going to be some there's always going to be some type of opposition. Unfortunately, there's always going to be some type of resistance, and unfortunately a lot of times it comes from the people that are closest to you. But that's another issue, that's another story. But you know is this important to believe in yourself, who God has made you to be, and whoever God created you to be, and whatever path that he's created you to go down. Like you said, he could have been born anywhere, but he's in Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? I could have been born anywhere, but I'm from Rochester, New York, 585. um it is what it is. But that's why it's so important to be self-assured. It's so important to be um spiritually sound. You know what I mean? Have a relationship with God, um, or what whoever you you deem your higher power to be. I'm not going to judge, but I believe what I believe. I believe in God. So I'm going to say, it's important to have a relationship with God. It's important to be spiritually sound and have peace in the things that you do, to know that God is leading you in whatever direction that you're going in or whatever. Because it's easy to look to your left and look to your right, but it's the challenge is to stay focused and stay straight. But with that being said, I'm going to sign off. Again, this was a special night. Um, Usually do it on Fridays, but this month we're going to be kind of busy, so like we're gonna do something on Friday and Saturday. So um, I will see you guys on Friday. We're gonna have another panel interview like we did last time, but this last week, but this time it'll be with the guys, and we're gonna see what the guys got to say about beauty and relationship and what's considered beauty and from a male point of view. You know what I'm saying? What are our motivations? What do we do? What do we struggle with? You know what I'm saying? I look forward to talking to my guys about that. So tune in on Friday and see what we talking about, and please feel free to comment. This interview is also on YouTube. You can check it out. Let's Take a Walk featuring Mark Selvie, Selvie. Check it out, like, share, and subscribe. You can check it out on my page, Mike Robinson 11, or Let's Take a Walk 2020. Watch it, check it out, share it, all that good stuff. But with that being said, I'm signing off. You guys have a good night, and I'll holler at y'all Friday. All right, let's take a walk.